Enzo got me.
He did?
He had a metal car, and this morning he chucked, like, it hit me, like, it hurt so bad. Like, it was a metal car.
Oh my.
And it's bad.
You poor thing. From here it looked like a zit, but now that you say it, it's like, that's a big ouchie, man.
Yeah, it's bruised. It's not good.
Girl, boys are different.
They really are. They really are. Like, they're just aggressive.
I know you have nieces and nephews, but like having sons of your own, isn't it crazy?
It's nuts, honestly.
Well, and the funny part is too, I noticed, like, because my niece is 21 and 22 now, and she has two girls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my sister is 38 and has one, and she's 3. And it's so funny because I swear, like, the more mature parents, because they're like more chill and calm and like wise, the kids are like a little bit crazier. I swear. So I'm always like, the parents that like are strong parents, their kids are like a little bit more like reckless. And you're just like,
it takes a lot.
Yeah. And boys are just, that's a different.
They just are fearless.
Yeah.
Like, my chin hurts, like, bad.
You poor thing.
It hurts.
Yeah, it's the worst. Oh man, I'm curious to see what the bruise looks like after a couple days too.
Yeah.
Poor baby. I feel bad. Did you cry?
No.
Oh, see, that's good.
I should have.
Yeah.
I could have.
Make him feel real bad. Hi, Kate. How are you? Kate sounds like she's hammering away over there.
Hey.
How's it going?
Fine, and you?
You're doing good. Kate, this is Tina. Tina, this is Kate.
Hi. How you doing? Good. How are you? Fine, thank you.
So just to give you guys, so you kind of know like who's who, Kate owns a Pilates school, Tina. So she teaches people both mat Pilates, how to be teachers of those, mat Pilates,
cool.
Yeah, and reformer Pilates, which is pretty cool. And then Kate, just so you know, Tina does, she has a gift giving business. So it's really cool. It basically is for people that are like super busy and don't have time to figure out like how to be like me, like I want to be thoughtful, but I'm not sure how, or like to take the time to actually do it the right way.
Nice.
Yes. So Tina has it down to a science. And so we're launching her business as well. And then we should have one more joining us today. Anna, I think, will pop in. Let me see if she replied.
I'm here. I'm just gonna feed the dogs in the meantime.
You're good. You're okay. If you want, Kate, do you know how to mute yourself? Do you know how to mute yourself if you need to?
To what, honey?
Like if you need to mute, you said you're gonna do something with the dogs?
Yeah, no. I can mute. Yeah, but I'm here.
Okay.
I'm standing. I'm talking standing, but I'll connect the cam and everything. Okay.
Okay, honey, no problem. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna get started, and then that way we can finish on time. If Anna pops in, great. If she doesn't, let's, it'll be fine. So real quick, as far as marketing goes, I created this course and all the other ones, guys, for one important reason. Oopsies. Kate, I'm gonna mute you, honey. Okay, so the first reason I created the course is because I noticed when people have existing businesses that a lot of times they do things that are like a waste of time and they're like turning their wheels on things that don't necessarily matter. And so I want it to be for your business to be successful, but then also for you to like not waste time or mess it up in a way that doesn't need to be messed up, right? So this should be ways to start and scale the business, and then of course without messing it up. So with that being said, in today's session, we're gonna cover a couple things. As we're solopreneurs, what are we looking at in terms of a whole marketing department, right? So what are my marketing needs? What are my responsibilities as a solopreneur that I actually need to like care about? And then how can I delegate some of those things? Okay, the next one, T, do you want to read this one for me?
Yeah. Identify important pieces of establishing and maintaining a brand.
Yep, that's it. And the next one after that, discuss brand strategies and marketing partners. And then, of course, discuss marketing best practices. Okay? So when we talk about a company, right? So, Tina, we know you work at a pretty large company. When we talk about all these departments, what do you think of when you see all this?
I mean, just like corporate.
Yeah.
You have someone high up and everyone below them.
Yeah, that's right. So when we look at it at a big company, we know why all these things exist, right? But sometimes in small businesses, people forget why all of these things are important, right? They're like, I'm just one person. So in the series of courses that we're gonna go through, we're gonna talk about, as a solopreneur, what actually matters for all of these, just so you can get where you need to go, launch and scale the business, but then also not mess it up. Okay, so as we're going through this, this should be like the bare necessities, what I need to do to be successful, and that's that. Okay, T, which one are we doing today?
Wait, marketing.
Marketing, that's okay. Gotta keep you on your toes, that's all right. All right, so when we think of a marketing department, Kate, if you're here, you can answer this too. But what are some things you think of, and you guys can tell me in the chat or you can come off mute, what are some things you think of in terms of a marketing department's responsibility? What do you think? So this could be a great big company, this could be an individual company.
Oh, I was gonna say like drawing clients to you. Isn't that the biggest thing for marketing, is to get people in the door?
That's exactly right. So Tina, that is something I call lead generation. That's exactly right, okay? I love that. What else? I love you for that one, Tina. It's the most important one.
I mean, that's a big thing I think about for marketing. It's what gives people, like, that draws clients to you.
That's exactly right. So if we were to break it down like more granular, what are some things within that we use to bring clients to us? Kate, I saw you come off mute. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that the marketing is also in charge of the promotion, no? To make your product or your service known to the people, no?
Yep, I like that. Brand awareness. Very good. Let's see what I have on my list, guys. So one, just manage the company brand, and I think that goes into what you're both saying, but more so into what Kate's saying, right? That's brand awareness, the idea of us, what does the brand look and feel like to people, what is the impression, what is the trust, right? So that's overall, what is our company brand, okay? Another one I like to add in here is identifying the target audience, okay? Why would we want to know who our target audience is?
Because you want to make sure you're marketing the right thing to the right people.
Exactly. Tell me more about that, Tina. What does that mean?
So it depends on like what you're trying to market. So say if you're marketing stuff for gifts, for an example, you'll be posting things that are going to draw people to look at that. Like, oh, I'm looking for gifts. So you're going to market something that will be appealing to them to view it and to get them to you.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. So we want to make sure that whatever we're putting out there in terms of our marketing is landing with the correct people. But we only know that by identifying who the correct people are, right? So this is one of the biggest mistakes I see with new businesses, with solopreneurs making, is that they don't know who they're actually targeting and who they want their ideal customer to be, which we're going to talk about a lot more in depth, okay? The next one here, and hi Anna, welcome in, guys. Anna owns a sound bath and healing acupuncture business. And Anna, just to update you, Tina owns a gift giving business. Kate owns a Pilates school where she teaches other people how to teach Pilates. So welcome in, ladies. I love our little trio right now. It's a good thing. The next one is building and maintaining the business's website, okay? So this is a function of marketing. This is something that's one of their core responsibilities, so constantly updating it, changing it, doing things on the website is under the marketing department, okay? Anna, we're thinking about what are marketing's responsibilities, and we're going to dive deeper into them. If you have any thoughts of what you think marketing does, you can put it in the chat for us, okay? One of my favorite things that I just put on here is developing and reviewing marketing strategies and campaigns. Tina, what does that mean to you?
So you basically kind of just strategize what you're going to market, how you're going to do it, and what your plan is in place to do that, to be successful.
That's right. That's right, right? So it's like, okay, what am I trying to do? How am I going to do it? And then let's actually do it, right? So this is really different than what we see in most solopreneurs, where they're just kind of like flash mobbing content, right? They're like, this looks really good. Let me just post this. Let me just put this. Like, that's really different than elite level marketing, which is developing the campaign and continuously reviewing it for accuracy, for effectiveness. And we're going to talk about that a lot deeper, okay? The next thing is creating the content for that marketing material, right? So we want to know what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, and then actually the process for going to do it. We're going to talk about that a lot deeper. Anna, did you have anything that you thought of that marketing does? When you think high level, like big company, what do you think of the marketing department doing?
I think part of it also is networking.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, really good. Let's see. I think this is maybe the 1 or the 2 left. Let's find out. You read my mind. Forming and managing relationships with marketing partners, right? And we're going to do a deep dive into this and what this means and how kind of bridging the gap between what Anna and I are both saying. Okay, were you going to say something, Anna?
Or like collabs, you know,
Yes.
with other types of entities that you can collaborate with.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I love it. We're going to talk about that real deep. Okay, very good. And here we go. She has it on the next slide. Did you see these beforehand?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So I also have collaborating with it's perfect. I also have collaborating with other departments to market the products effectively. So Tina, I think that if you guys don't know, Tina's currently at a company called Rocket Mortgage, which is probably one of the most exceptional companies I've ever encountered in my years. I had the privilege of working for them when they were Quicken Loans, and I think they do a really stand-up job at business. But Tina, when we say collaborating with other departments to market products effectively, what do you think of, or what have you seen in your current space that's kind of thinking of that?
Well, it's like when we acquired Redfin, for an example, or like, you know, we're taking over like a lot of space of the industry, so that's helping with Redfin. We have, you know, agents we work with, and Mr. Cooper, for an example. So we're collabing with them. Well, I guess not collabing, but acquiring them so we can work together to see what's going to be best for the industry.
I love it. I love it. That's exactly right. And then what about other departments within Rocket? So have you seen your marketing department, for example, do something specifically with sales to have a campaign that goes to the outer world? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's like we have something on our end where we can market our programs that we have. So we have a team that specifies in that for like the marketing. We have a website that they already have it generated, and I just pick it and I can post it if I want. So they do that on their end. Yeah, they do that for us.
I love that. Okay, very good. All good examples, okay? And guys, the point of this and what we're talking about is to spur different ideas for you guys. So if you're thinking about like these things, like how can I apply this to my business, right? What can I do in my business that's gonna help that, okay? And for each of you, we'll talk about it a little bit deeper as well. Okay, so let's talk about a company brand. When we think of a company brand, let's say Coca-Cola, for example. Yeah, right? Is there like specific things that you also associate with Coca-Cola? Like, is there a certain font, for example?
A certain what, babe?
Like a certain font.
Okay. Yeah, there is, no? Like
There is.
There's that polar bear I always think of.
Yes, yes. Okay, you guys you're so good. Okay, so when we talk about brands specifically, company brands, there's things within the brand that are always considered brand guidelines or brand standards. Okay, these are things like the logo, the colors, the fonts, the icons and symbols. Okay, and then certain patterns and textures. Okay. Now, if I'm a solopreneur, I'm not Coca-Cola, I'm just one gal, And I have a whole collection of these things. This is what it looks like. This is a brand guideline for a company I worked with called MTB Exotics. What do you think this company does?
Sells cars or has exotic cars?
Yep, they rent out exotic cars, okay? And what would this brand document or this guidelines, what would this help them do as a solopreneur? Why would they need this?
To positioning the brand, because he's competing with like Volkswagen or BMW, no, and he's solo, so to help him.
Kind of, yeah, but what he's doing, Kate, just to give you an idea, is he's renting out like daily rentals of nicer cars like Porsches, Ferraris. Yeah, he rents them out, daily rentals, okay? But say, for example, he doesn't like to make social media posts, okay?
19.
Yeah. How can he use this document to get social media posts made? What do you guys think?
But you said he doesn't post social media, you're saying?
He doesn't like to make them. He's like, he's just not a creative guy. It's not his thing. But he's happy to pay someone.
This is his brand, colors, the fonts, everything. No, it's like the rules.
That's
To
it.
follow, right? To post whatever, no?
That's it. So if he goes to hire someone to make any content for the brand, this is on social media, flyers, this is on websites, right? This is business cards, this is shirts, this is anything that he's going to need for his brand. He can send them this and they can create whatever they need, okay? Tina, you and I were using a tool yesterday, or we were talking about a tool that you use that starts with a C that you can incorporate this into. Do you remember?
Canva?
Yes, Canva, right? Canva has the color codes, and so when we're going to talk about Canva in a second, but you can use, oopsies, all these color codes here at the bottom when you have brand guidelines. Either for yourself, you can set up brand standards in Canva, or when someone else builds and does something on Canva, they can do it for you too, okay? A lot of the other AI tools that exist, which we'll talk about later for marketing purposes, that you guys can use as solopreneurs, are going to need the logo, the color codes, and the fonts for them to automatically generate stuff for you that's on brand, okay? So for you to save time in terms of like, what does my company need? I would say always have a brand, either presentation, deck, or at least a one-pager. It doesn't have to be super long, but at least a one-pager for your brand guidelines, okay? Tina, do you know where I can hire someone to create this for me if I don't want to create it myself?
Where?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just do some research on the internet to try to find someone.
I like it. I like it. Anna, what about you? Where do you think I can pay someone to create this for me?
How about Fiverr?
Fiverr, that's right. Okay, so Fiverr with 2 R's, Fiverr, okay? That's something that I really love. If you guys are looking for something more sophisticated, they have really in-depth ones, brand identities that go into way more information than this, but I would say this is the bare minimum, the standard of what I need. And then if I want to do something deeper like brand voice and things like that, you can find a huge range on Fiverr of people that will do really small ones like this for 20 bucks or really deep high level ones for like $1,000, okay? Any questions about creating a brand standard, brand guidelines, the importance of it, anything like that? Okay, very good. All right, moving right along. Next, we have customer avatar, which is target audience. Okay, why do we care about customer avatar or target audience? Tina said it earlier. What was the reiteration of what Tina said? And I don't think you were in there yet, or you were coming in right when she said it. Why do you think customer avatar or target audience matters?
Well, you kind of need to know, the personality, the likes, the needs, the entire demographic or spectrum of who it is that's going to want what you have
Yes.
to offer.
Yes, and Anna's hinting at something, which is that all businesses should have multiple customer avatars. So we're going to talk about that in just a second, okay? So first, what I wanted to cover on customer avatar is that it's a detailed profile of who your ideal customer or client is. Okay, I tell everyone to just start with one. After that, we're going to do many more, but who is your target person, target client, target customer? Who do you want to work with? Okay, who's your favorite person? Tina, we've nailed yours down pretty good. We know it's a busy professional like me or you, which means we know the age range, right? We know the marital status. We know whether or not they have kids. It's a good range. Okay. That's okay. Okay, who needs it? Every business. And then the thing is if we're doing too broad of marketing, it can result in problems because we're not really nailing down who we're trying to get that to. But the more precise you are, the more you're going to create trust, and that you're going to get those big wins because people are going to be like, oh my gosh, it feels like she's talking to me, right? So Anna, for example, in your business, we've talked about people that are struggling with alcoholism, for example, in your business, and how ear acupuncture mixed with the sound healing can really, really help them. That's a really good profile for a customer avatar, because now when someone sees your TikTok about that, they're gonna be like, holy crap, I didn't know that could even help me, right? I didn't know ear acupuncture and sound helps with addiction, wow, right? So we wanna be very precise in the customer avatar in order to shape our marketing material that way, okay? Now, Anna, you said something really good. You were getting into really in-depth customer avatar info. So what can you see on here that I have? This is a customer avatar worksheet. Read me all the different things that you see on here. Oh, Anna, are you here?
Yeah, can you see me?
Oh yeah. Okay. So what can you see? What are the ones on customer avatar that you see or hear or see?
Age, marital status, children, location, job, income, education. Sorry, I'm half blind, so I'm trying to.
You're okay. You're doing a great job.
Read the small print here.
Sorry for the teeny print.
No.
Well, that's enough. Let's pause there. Of the ones that you read, how do you think any of the things on here that you read could help you with the marketing of your business?
Well, you'd sort of know how to reach that person.
Okay.
For example, like, I don't know. So he's a CEO, founder, MBA. He spends time on LinkedIn. Like, you could try LinkedIn.
Okay, wait. So if this was your profile, if this was one of your avatars, Anna, and you found out that your guy, your ideal client, is a CEO and founder, and he's on LinkedIn, it sounds like you're probably trying to do some corporate sound healing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, how can you create material on LinkedIn? What would you want to put out on LinkedIn to reach Mr. CEO Jimmy?
Well, I'd want to talk about how my business, my health and wellness practice, can be used for employees, employee health and wellness activities, and what I can offer to his employees, on a webinar or in person at a live event or whatever.
That's it, okay? Let's take it a step further. You do one of those for Jimmy. Actually, we'll say that you do those for Frank, whose profile looks just like Jimmy's, just with a different name. And Frank loves it. Frank's staff loves it. So now you have a really awesome success story and testimonial that now you can go post that on LinkedIn that now Jimmy's gonna see. Does that make sense? But if you didn't stop to think, where would Jimmy be? You wouldn't have even known to go to LinkedIn. You would have been sitting there scratching your head saying, where do I find the CEOs of companies? Honey, you find them on LinkedIn, that's where. Does that make sense? Any questions about that?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay. Tina, what about you? What does this make you think of for you?
I mean, it just tells you about the person. So, like, depending on if it's going to be a client or a recipient of a gift, I know that he has kids. I know, let's see. Just gives them information. So, again, for me, if this is my business, someone's shopping for him and things like that, you can get him stuff for, like, his business. Things that will help him, you know?
Yeah.
If that's what we're talking about for mine, yeah.
I agree, but what else? What if Jimmy was, for example...
Oh, I get what you're saying. Hold on.
You with me?
Like for his, yes.
For his company.
Great part.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying he's a CEO, so say if he wants to get his employees a gift or something for an anniversary or holiday, I can assist with that.
Okay.
Take the time off his plate.
Okay, and so what would you put on LinkedIn, for example? Say we want to do it a different way. We want to convince Jimmy to go with you for all his company's holiday gifts. Okay?
Yeah, so I would brand something to corporate or like say businesses saying, hey, well not hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can advertise gifts for employees and then just put, do you need anniversary? Do you need anything? Like just kind of advertise like things that you need for your employees that can take away the stress on you.
Yes.
All in one.
Yes. Okay. And CEOs, Tina, are looking for something that has to do with employee retention or like the equivalent of net promoter scores, but for employee happiness, right? So they get a lot of awards, and HR departments, for example, are looking out for things like this. So creating content or a marketing plan or material that's like testimonials and reviews of how corporate partnerships for gift giving actually improved employee retention, right? Because they felt loved and appreciated. Okay?
Yep.
All right, very good. So moving right along here, then we also have win, which is you want to do this now, and then you want to do it over and over and over again. So I would challenge all of you to try to come up with, within the next 24 hours, one solid customer avatar. That's your first one, your most important, and I would do everything you can to maybe make that person like your ideal, most favorite client or someone that's close to you, right? That is like when I'm making material and I'm making my courses and I'm making my marketing material, I'm thinking of me because I'm my first avatar, right? I'm doing all this because I wish I would have had this when I started, right? So I'm creating this for myself first, which allows me to get more in depth. So maybe I'm my own avatar first, okay? Anna, yours might be a little bit different. I don't know if you're your own avatar because you're one person, and I know you're looking more at partnerships and bigger audiences. So I think with your background, yours might be a little bit different. But Kate, I think someone like me or like Eris is an ideal customer avatar, right? Tina, I think you are your avatar, okay? And we start with one, and then we do it again and again and again. Right? So Kate, we have like the corporate girly, that's your ideal Pilates teacher. She's going to pay for the Pilates school. Very like A-type, very disciplined. But then we also have like the hippie woo-woo type that doesn't want to do anything corporate, and they just want to like feel good in their bodies and be strong and like really focus on being present and helping people with their bodies, right? Which are two very different clients, okay? Two very different avatars. All right, any questions on customer avatars?
One of the things I wanted to mention, I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but the pain points, like trying to really understand the avatar's pain points, because what you have to, I guess what we have to offer, right, would need to fulfill, would need to match a need that they have, whatever that pain point might be. So whatever that need, so I guess it's important to really understand what that need is. And like for my example, I'm thinking like pain points, fear of losing business to competitors, fear of the agency falling behind the digital marketing scene. You know, when I'm thinking about that in terms of being creative, I'm thinking, okay, well, then maybe I can offer something to him that would be different than what the other competitors might have.
Yes, that's a great call out.
And that would be like a value added service that they could have that would would make them different than other competitors.
I love that. I think that's so good because one, that helps with making yourself different, right? That's a differentiation, or why people love working with me compared to others, right? And then the other part of that, Anna, that you're getting into, that's a great call out, is what we call problem and solution selling, or problem and solution marketing, right? Because if I know someone's pain point, then it's a lot easier for me to talk to them about a solution. But first, Tina, what do we do on a problem? We push the bruise, right? We have a pain point. Okay. So Tina, like for example, in your situation with gift giving, what is a pain point for someone that's a busy working professional working 60 hours a week that isn't giving good gifts to their loved ones? What's the pain point with that? What are they hearing in their ear?
So basically, they don't have enough time to think about anything thoughtful. So they just get something that is just like basic and not thoughtful, to where someone's going to be happy. Like they'll be happy, but the more thought that goes into it, the happier it will be.
Let's push the bruise a little deeper on that pain point. If someone isn't giving thoughtful gifts or gifts at all to their loved ones, let's say their spouse, what is their spouse saying and thinking if they're not feeling like they're getting loved?
They don't care.
Oh, okay. Okay, and how does that translate? What goes in? How does that get bigger?
Fights.
Arguments, right? You don't care about me. You didn't think about me.
Yeah.
You forgot it's our anniversary. Am I even important to you? Right? So now what you can do from a marketing standpoint in giving that solution, because I'm sure there's married couples everywhere where one person in the marriage has heard this over and over and over and is sick of it. They're sick of it.
Yep.
Okay? Kate, what about for you? What are some pain points you feel like people that are wanting to go through teacher training have experienced when trying to find a good school? Or even in their own classes. What was that? Even in classes that they've attended, not even just to find a school or to teach, but also in things they've attended. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say location, but like a pain point, a studio near their place, near home.
The location, I like that. Okay. What else though do you feel, because the solutions are gonna be tied to what makes you different. So when I think about you, Kate, and what you provide, you have a level of detail and true understanding of Pilates to actually help people be really effective teachers to make a difference in other people's lives, right? So if I have a pain point where it's revolving around training and my coaches that I'm experiencing in the classes, where it's like they don't know what they're doing, or maybe like the class doesn't feel effective enough, right? Maybe I feel like I've hit like a ceiling or a wall in my personal practice and I want to take it up a level, right? Because people like Anna and I have been practicing different things, yoga, Pilates, for years, and it gets to like a limit in your practice where then it makes sense that like for me to go past that, to get past that wall or to break through that ceiling, I need to go through teacher training to understand my practice better, to deepen my practice, right? So the pain point for yours could be like, I feel like I've hit a wall in my personal practice, right? And I want to go deeper. I'm sick of the lack of growth in myself, okay? Which you can really push on, because that's good for people that don't necessarily want to teach, but they want to deepen their practice and learn more, which I think is a great client for you, okay? Very good. Anna, you also, since we called it out, you made me realize we should stay for another minute on this one. I like the objections and roles in the purchase process, okay? Tina, why would I want to know their objections up front?
I mean, you just avoid and save time. So if you know what their objections are, you'll know what to face right away.
Exactly, in my marketing material, right? So for example, Anna, in your marketing material, or in sound healing, or in acupuncture, you texted me with a good one this week. I don't know if we should use that one, but what are some objections that we hear people saying about acupuncture or sound healing?
Oh my gosh.
Tell me, get it, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna mention
Get it.
that one. All right, it's really wild and crazy and way out there, but a belief not based in facts, but a perception that sound healing could be demonic.
Yeah, demonic or too
Literally.
woo-woo. Yeah.
Really, I got that.
Yes. Yeah, look at the girls. They're like, what?
Now, don't even I'm not even gonna tell you from who, because you'd be shocked. But
Yeah. So the thing about that, right, is if we know that going into the marketing material, I know what people are going to say about it, then I know what to put in my material. So if people are going to say like it's, the Antichrist, or it's too woo-woo, or it's not effective, or it's not real, or it doesn't work, right, then I know to come with scientific facts of why it actually works. I know to come with science to basically differentiate why this isn't witchcraft, this is science, right? And now I know physics, yes, right? I know in my materials now how to say that, right? Kate, in your case, what is one of the most common objections you hear for people that should do teacher training but don't?
The time.
The time commitment, okay?
Yeah, not that much time. So I send them to online. So they can do whenever they have time.
Okay, that's a downsell. We'll keep that one. We can work around the time in another way though, okay? Anna, if you didn't want to commit 4 weeks to going to a teacher training for Pilates, how might Kate convince you to be able to do 4 straight weeks of why it would be worth it for you personally to dedicate 4 weeks straight instead of spreading out the time or instead of doing it online? What could Kate tell you to convince you that it might make sense?
I think, well, I mean, for me, I would think, okay, if I'm going to invest in teacher training and I'm really going to go all in and I'm going to take time out to go 4 weeks, I definitely want to know what my ROI is, my return on investment. So if I'm going to pay, I don't know, $2,000, whatever, to do teacher training, I want to know, okay, where can I teach? How can I teach? How can I market myself? Where can I go to be able to make a return on that investment?
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. So that gives Kate a takeaway or a plan to say, okay, if someone's gonna put this much, what's an easy business plan for them to make that amount of money back, right? And so Kate, you can get creative on like, okay, we said someone can do maybe like 2 or 3 classes a day for this amount of time. How quickly could they make their money back in an ideal time frame, okay? Tina, for you to take off 4 weeks of work, to leave your kids at home, to leave your husband behind, I'm thinking like it's not even about money for you. It's about like life changing. Like I need my soul to leave my body and like circle myself, and I'm coming back a brand new woman. Is that right on? What do you think?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Okay. So in Tina's case, for her to leave her family, to leave her kids, she needs like a total life transformation. It's not even about the numbers and money for Tina. It's like, am I going to come back a different person or not? Right? What's going to happen to me? So I feel like adjusting to someone like Anna, that's going to be more numbers and analytics, and then adjusting to someone like Tina, who really wants the internal shift, which you offer both, Kate, making sure that the objections are handled in both of those different profiles, right? Okay, very good. Any other questions, add-ons, additions about customer avatar? Okay. Guys, this one is one of the most logical. We all sit here and we talk about how much this makes sense. And then for some reason with entrepreneurs, I see this one being the least implemented later. And it's crazy to me because we always have the best conversations about this and then people don't apply it. So if you have one thing you should definitely do after this, this is one of them. Okay, so we're at brand guidelines. Go ahead.
What if you have several customer avatar types that you want to reach out to to see, where is it, what is going to be best received by who?
Yes.
Let's say you really don't know.
Yes.
Where's the best place? Let's say you want to go to a totally different, for my thing, a lot of places that will do it right away is yoga studios. Well, we know that.
Yeah.
But what if I want to break out to more medical centers or clinics or healthcare or chiropractic or hospitals or, other places that normally would not do sound bowls or acupuncture? Do I create a different avatar for every one of those and then just test it out and see?
Yes. And what I would do, Anna, is model it as best you can after a real person. So I would find someone that you think of. We talked about chiropractors. I love this. Someone that owns a chiropractor's office, okay, or manages one. I would pick that and make one avatar on that, and I would find them on LinkedIn. I would stalk their social medias, right? And I would name it after them. I would even put the picture of them, right? And I would really try to test to see what I can get them to bite on, right? What can I get them to message me back with? What can I get them, how can I interest them? How can I talk to them? And then also with what you know about personality types in business and understanding the brains of people like that, right? Because you know that depending on the avatar, some people are a lot more creative, some people are a lot more analytical, right? And adopting the avatar profile and the marketing material to that type of personality as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, multiple different avatars and make it as close to the real deal as you can. Like name them after real people and the pictures. It helps with visualization too. Tina's gonna have Dan Gilbert in her avatar. She's gonna have Bridget Castle in her avatar. She's gonna have Miss Anna Estalis in her avatar. She's gonna be like, I'm gonna get you guys. All right, anything else to add on the avatar? Okay, very good. All right, next up we have when to use a customer avatar. So I think we did a good job of this. This should be a summary, but I would write these down if you don't already have them. One, when we're designing our brand identity, okay? If I know my ideal customer avatar, in Tina's case, is a busy working professional working 60 hours a week that doesn't have time to be thoughtful to their husband or wife, I'm gonna create a brand identity that could appeal to that person. Okay, but I also don't want to pigeonhole myself and only do it for one avatar. I want to think broad, right? But I'm going to think of the avatar and use it when I'm doing my identity. Okay, brand guidelines. Let me go back for this one. If I know my clients could be husband and wife, male and female, am I going to do just a Barbie brand? No, this is why you guys see my pink and blue, because I'm trying to appeal to both audiences. I might get rid of the pink. I'll let you guys know. Okay, next one. When we're creating social media...
Bridget, I was thinking the colors were you, Bridget.
They are? Thanks. I've been battling with myself for this with the pink and blue for 2 years, but I always keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so then when we're creating social media images and captions, Tina, why would I care about my avatar when I'm creating social media images and captions?
Because you want to make sure what you put in the captions are going to reach the right person.
Yes.
So your avatar has to be, like what you're putting has to match your avatar.
Yes. So if you're doing CEO Jimmy that's 50 years old and runs a company, you're probably not going to put in the images and in the captions this whole like messy, dirty girl, 16-year-old aesthetic that's coming up with all these acronyms that we don't even know what it's saying, because 50-year-old Jimmy CEO isn't going to understand or resonate with any of that. Right? So this is why we keep our avatar in mind when we're creating things. Okay? I love it. Next one is deciding on a lead magnet. There's a star by lead magnet. So if you don't know what that is, that's okay. We're going to talk about that. And then on offers and pricing. Okay?
Are you on another slide or?
Yeah, I don't see, I still see see the customer avatar. Is it on a different one?
Really? Oh, that's weird. Sorry, guys. Hang on.
I was wondering what you're reading. I'm like, I don't see it.
She's talking to herself. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry. Thank you guys for telling me. Okay, so the next one is deciding on lead magnets, which we're going to talk about what a lead magnet is, and offers and pricing. Okay? Tina, is Jimmy going to be willing to pay the same thing as what the 16-year-old is going to pay? No. Those are two different things, right? So the offer in all of our cases, or how we present that offer, is going to change. Kate, in your case, okay? CEO, A-type, right? Has all their money, has everything in order, they're abundant, right? Can they pay $2,000 at once? Yes, they can, honey, right? But the woo-woo, like, you know, they're just coaching, right? Maybe they're just teaching yoga now and they want to go into Pilates. Can they usually spend $2,000 at once?
Yeah.
Maybe not, right? How would someone that is making a little bit less money than the CEO, so someone that's maybe like making a much smaller amount, how could you market the same package to them, but maybe instead of talking about the full price, you might say what?
I give them options to pay.
Yes.
Like monthly options, or I give a
Yes.
discount, or
Yes.
exchange something.
Yes. So you might just put like, you know, prices starting at, or payment options available, right? So you're basically creating opportunity for both people. Okay? Very good. Next one is when we're writing website copy, right? So the tone and what you're saying should be relevant to all the different avatars. We don't want to pigeonhole ourselves again. It's the same as the social media images and captions. When we're writing emails, same thing, okay? And then when we're creating and ordering promo items. So for example, if I'm ordering hats for everybody, Tina, am I gonna order, what are those called, the straight brimmed hats? Am I gonna send Mr. CEO,
Snapback?
Snapback, but you know the ones with the sticker still on them, and they have the measurements like 7 1/4, and the sticker stays on it, and it's a
Aren't
flat.
those snapbacks? I don't know the lingo.
I don't know either. But basically, when we're having the promo items, right, we want to make sure what we're ordering or what we're doing is relevant to the avatar, right? It wouldn't make sense for me to do something that just doesn't match. Alrighty?
Right.
Any questions or things to add to when to use a customer avatar or when to remember it? Love it.
When you say when to use a customer avatar, you mean when you are reaching your target?
Yeah, like when are you going to want to keep it in your mind, right? When are you going to want to remember who your customer is?
Like all the time, no?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, very good. I love it. Let's talk about what's a lead magnet. What is a lead magnet? Okay, what's lead generation?
Where you get your clients from?
Yeah. And what makes it a lead, Tina?
A prospect or like a client?
Worked with that either don't have a lead magnet, or would you believe it, have no list of their leads. Right? Think about it. And we're all guilty of this. It's the craziest thing to me. Because guess what, honey? You think Rocket Mortgage doesn't know every single person they talk to? Their name, their email, their phone number, their home address, their marital status. They know everybody. But us, we're just trying to get a couple clients. And yet we have no list of the people that we could actually market to. We have no contact information, right? Anna, how long have you had the sound healing?
About 2 years.
2 years, okay?
But I've not really gone full-fledged.
That's okay. That's okay.
100% in.
That's okay, but imagine what a difference in your business it's going to make if in the next 2 years your sole or one of your biggest focus is growing that list, right? Growing the list of leads that you can market your services to, okay?
So I have a question. So
Tell me.
I have a list.
Oh,
lead businesses that I've put together, and I've categorized them by chiropractic offices, pain rehab clinics, yoga studios, all the different ones, right? But this would be like cold outreaches to, because these are not people that outreach to me.
That's right.
I'm making lists. So I have a list of these potential people to market to do targeted marketing to. But I have to say, I've done mailers to these folks. I haven't gotten anything. I mean, I think that's the most least effective way of doing things, but yeah, I mean, I have lists. These are not people that outreach to me. Yeah. These are people that I've created that I know exist that might want my services. But, it's just making that contact, that lead, making that contact with that lead. That's the key thing.
Yeah, and I love that you said this because I think that there's two categories that you should always have in your contact list. One are cold leads, right? Or cold outreach, and then one are warm leads, right? People that you are interested in it, have said something, have done something to show base interest. Now on the cold side of things, I like what you've done. If that were me personally and I had that list, the way that I would turn that into something is first I would figure out a call script for each of those. If I cold call the office, what am I gonna say to that office when I call, okay? In your case, Anna, everyone loves something, and Tina and I know this quite well, which is called bandwagoning, okay? If they think that other chiropractors are doing it and offering it, now all of a sudden they're gonna wanna offer it, right? So when I call, I'm saying, hey, I just actually did a program for another chiropractor in the area, and I was just reaching out to see if you wanted to do one too, because their clients really loved it, right? And then they're like, wait, what are you talking about? And then they start asking, well, what did you do? Oh, how did that work? How much did you charge? And now you're saying it like it already happened and you're talking it into existence, right?
Yeah. And that's actually what's happening with the yoga studio. So like I did it here at this yoga studio. Do you want to try it here at your yoga studio? That tends to work really well.
Yes, that's perfect. Oh shoot, I don't have my screen share on again. Bandwagoning. Yep, that's really good. I love it. Okay, lead magnets, cold reach, warm outreach. Now we know the differences. And I will also talk to things like MailChimp, right? Mailers are great, but when you're doing businesses, email's really good. And then if you're getting really into deep corporate partnerships, I like to invest in gifts. So now I'm bringing, treats. Now I'm bringing like the little acupuncture rings that go like this that help. Have you seen those gold rings that are really good? My friend Kristen gives them out. She's an acupuncturist, right? Coming into the office, meeting, they're great. I'll send it to you guys after this. But going in there and actually bringing physical gifts. The acupuncture rings, Anna, you can look up on Amazon. I would walk into the chiropractor's office with those tools, okay? Hey, I brought you guys a gift, okay? And then can I leave my business cards with them? And then go, okay? Any questions on lead magnets? Oh, you guys got me in full force today. All right, we're gonna wrap up pretty quick here. I know we're a bit over time, but just give me like 10 more minutes, you guys. Websites. When I think of a website, can you guys tell me in the chat what are some things I should include on my website? Tell me in the chat. Sorry guys, just 1 second here. Okay, let's see what the chat looks like. Let's see. All right, you guys told me, oh, we've got action in here. Okay, Tina, FAQs. Tina, why'd you put FAQs in here?
Because all websites have it.
Yeah, and they
On
help.
on the bottom, you scroll down, on the bottom, you usually have like all the contact info
Yes.
and all that information that you need.
I love it. FAQs, contact info, services offered, reviews about the company, policies. Anna's great. Profile, backstory, mission. Good job, you guys. Services offered and process. Let's see what I had. Landing page with the lead magnet. Everybody needs a landing page before the full website is built. We'll come back to this later. If you want to ask me about this later, Bridget, what should be on my landing page, message me after and we'll talk about it. Okay, everyone should have a landing page with a lead magnet in addition to their actual website. Okay, landing pages convert. Next is the about. This is what you guys were saying about the company or profile, backstory, mission, services you guys said. If you have a product shop, this is a nice way to do it. You can also embed or do partnerships with other companies where you get an affiliate code. Okay, so if there's certain things that you like to recommend, a product shop might be good. Or if you're in the business and you want to, for example, Kate, maybe you have like hoodies or things or t-shirts or sports bras that you want to offer, things like that. Okay, FAQs, Tina hit this one. Testimonials and reviews, I love more than anything. Star this one. Every website should have testimonials and reviews. Okay, contact page, you guys had this one. And for your protection, privacy policy, terms and conditions, always a good thing to put on there. Okay, medical liability in your case, Anna, if there's zero liability on your end, I would put things like that on there. I would also put, Kate, things like no refunds on yours or all sales are final, things like that. Okay, optional add-ons. I love having a blog post. Okay, this is so good for your audience to trust you. This helps you market on socials and then direct people to your website to go read the blog post, which also helps with SEO, which is search engine optimization. So if you're using certain keywords like acupuncture in Anna's case, or Pilates in Kate's case, or Kate, you have like certain techniques and methodologies that you use, right? Controlology in the case of Joseph Pilates. I would use things like that on the blog because it helps with SEO, okay? Also, as we start getting into this era where we're wanting ourselves, our businesses to be on AI, there's other things that the blog posts and verifications can help with to get you put into AI platforms where now ChatGPT is going to refer your business locally. Okay, and we can talk about that later. Next one is jobs or careers. If you're hiring, a good thing to add on there. Events. Okay, Anna, this would be huge for your page. You're gonna do a lot of events. You have the fairs, the wellness things that you're doing. I would always have an events page so people know where to find you if they don't want to book you individually, where they can go. Alrighty. And then this one is one of my favorite ones, partner with us. Okay, why do you guys think this is one of my favorite ones?
Well, that's part of the
Collabs.
Yes, yes. Okay, perfect example. Anna, my trainer in Cape Town is throwing an event on Valentine's Day. And guess what he asked for that he wants to partner with in Cape Town on Valentine's Day? Sound healing.
Well, I'm available.
We're going to Cape Town, girl. But I say that to say, like, we really can go to Cape Town. But also, I say that to say, if he pulls up some lady's website that does sound healing and it says partner with us and he just fills out his information and boom, now she's got a contact info for a guy that wants to partner with her that's throwing a fitness event at the Mercedes dealership in Cape Town. Right? It's a no-brainer.
Can I get a car?
Yes. Can I get sound healing in a Mercedes drop top? Yes, I can. Kate, in your case, right, there's studios that are looking to partner with an actual school, right, that need you. A partner with you page is huge. Same thing with UT, right? People want your services, okay? So partner with us is one of my favorite optional add-ons. Anything else on the website, guys, that you would like, gals, that you would like to see here?
Well, I'm just wondering, like, privacy policy, terms and conditions, like, are there any places where we can go to get like templates around that, or?
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know what to put, really.
I would put ChatGPT on that one. I would ask
Uh-huh.
ChatGPT, and then I would say what state you're in and how your business is, or what country in Kate's case, and then for your business, what type of business it's registered as, right, and what type of services you're offering, and then ChatGPT is really good about giving those privacy policy terms and conditions, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And again, just having something is usually better than having nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Any other things, questions here? Okay, nice. So let's talk about online presence. When I say where should my business be shown, or where can people see my business, what are some different platforms online that you think of? Where can I be found online? What about Bridget Means
Like,
Business?
you mean,
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
No,
I was gonna say, like, for ads, you mean?
for ads, yeah, but also everywhere. Like if you wanted to find me consulting, where would you look for me?
Instagram.
What'd you guys say? Who's first? Tina, you first.
TikTok?
TikTok. Kate, what'd you say?
Instagram.
Instagram. Anna?
I mean, Facebook, Instagram.
I
all those
love it.
places.
I love it. Okay, let's look at my list because, honeys, it's a long one. Are you ready for this? Google My Business. I'm on there, right? Google My Business. Everyone should have a Google Business page, Kate, including you, right? And Hell Pilates School should be listed in Tulum, Mexico, okay, with a physical location and reviews. And every single person you put through your program should give you a review. Tina, you too, okay? And this is something we can do as a new business now, right? Now. Okay, next one, Yelp. I'm indecisive on Yelp because Yelp charges. So take this one with a grain of salt. I would do Yelp last. Okay, Apple Maps is its own. Did you guys know that? Google Maps and Apple Maps are separate? Yeah, in the US, Apple Maps is huge. In every other country, Google Maps, right? Google Maps is the thing. Okay, Facebook groups. Great call out, Anna. Okay, Facebook groups is a huge one, guys. Don't sleep on Facebook groups. Kate, expats in Tulum, right? Tulum activities. All these Facebook groups about Tulum things to do. Tulum. People move here and want stuff to do, and they're bored and they have time, right? That's a great client for us because now they have time and money. We love that.
Can I mention something else? I don't know if it's thought of yet.
Tell
but,
us.
like Airbnb experiences.
Whoo, yes, honey. Airbnb experiences, very good. Okay. For
For your
Kate,
town, for your city, for, like wherever
Yes.
you're at.
yes, Tina, in your case, if you felt like hosting a workshop that happens to be like gift giving or personalization or wrapping for dummies or something like that, that would be fun to meet people. Okay? Really good. Instagram, you guys said. TikTok, you said. Twitter, of course. YouTube's my favorite. You guys should know that by now with me going live all the time. And then Etsy, okay? Depending on what you're doing, for all three of you, I don't think Etsy's really relevant, but we have it on the list. Okay, any questions about online presence? Anything to add here?
Somebody told me LinkedIn works very, very good.
1000%. LinkedIn should be on here. In fact, I think I'm going to take out Etsy and put LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is extremely important. Okay, Anna, in your case, I would put like corporate sound healing professional or something, or corporate wellness, something along those lines. Okay, Tina, I don't know how it works in your land because of mortgages and LinkedIn. It starts getting into a different thing. Maybe you need to create a different profile.
Yeah, I would have to do so, yeah.
They're gonna be looking for you and be like, what the heck, Tina? Okay, some of my favorite 4 things here. I think you guys all know these, but we're gonna talk about them pretty quickly. Canva is great to store brand assets. When I say brand assets, ladies, what do I mean by that? What are my brand assets?
Your photos, videos, logos, your projects, everything. No?
Yep, that's right. The colors, the fonts, anything that I make, creative material can all be stored in Canva. Correct. Okay. I also like to put in and make in there any of my marketing materials, my infographics, presentations, anything that I need printed, right? All of that can be done directly from Canva. If you're not currently using Canva, get in there. If you haven't used it in a while, get in there. Their updates and everything they're creating are amazing, okay? Vistaprint. Anna, what are some things I might have created on Vistaprint?
Well, I've already created it. I just did a reorder.
Okay, tell us about it.
I have my cards.
Yeah.
I have my flyers. I have my banner for when I table and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
I also have made little pens with healing bliss sounds.
Yes.
Little pens
Yes.
to give out.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I got a bunch of things on Vistaprint.
I love it. I love it. It's a great one. So for all of us, business cards, brochures, postcards, stickers, hang tags, Anna said pop-up banners, tablecloths, pins, right? Little uniforms for us. All those things are great on Vistaprint. Okay, next is MailChimp. On MailChimp, one of my favorite things to do on MailChimp is email marketing. I mentioned it to you guys. They also do really good SMS. Okay, and then they have social media marketing. You can do a lot with MailChimp. Okay? And then the last...
So you basically, you pay someone to do all this, like the email distribution and all that, right? With MailChimp? I've never done MailChimp before.
No, you just upload your contact list in there and it will send it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you upload it like an Excel spreadsheet. So this is why I tell you to track like your leads.
Right.
And your cold and your warm list, because you can just upload it right into MailChimp and they'll do all the work for you. And you can set up automations in there. And there's templates to type out and you just ask ChatGPT for the copy and then boom, you're good to go. Very easy. Okay, next one is Fiverr. Ladies, what do I use Fiverr for? I know we're all getting tired. We're almost there, I promise. We're in the home stretch.
Website.
Yep, website building. What else can
Designs, positioning, they do everything, no?
Yeah, my favorite. Creative writing, websites, brand kits, editing, email, copy, everything you need is on Fiverr. Okay? Any questions about these resources or materials that I like? Okay. There's one that I really like that's in the meeting with us right now. What is in the meeting with us right now that's one of my favorite AI tools? Anyone know?
No.
Look at our pictures. Who else is in the meeting with us besides Tina, Anna, and Kate?
Another company, no?
Yeah, who's the company?
Taking notes?
Yes, Firefly's note taker. Okay? So if you're having online meetings or like this, right? Video meetings, add Fireflies. Anna, if I was setting up corporate partnerships, I would try to get the decision makers for corporate partnerships into a meeting like this, face to face, so I don't have to necessarily go visit it. And then I would add Fireflies to the meeting because it takes good notes. Okay? Kate, same thing with you. I would add Fireflies to my Zoom meetings. Okay? Because it will transcribe everything.
Perfect.
Tina, I'm not sure. Just me and you meetings for now. All right, very good. ChatGPT. What are some things I can use ChatGPT for in my business? Can you guys everyone give me one in the chat. What can I use my business for, or ChatGPT for my business? Ooh, we got some heat in here. Starting strong. That's right. I can use ChatGPT to create a logo. I can do ChatGPT photos. Tina came up with some awesome ones yesterday, right? Kate said I can use it to make a business plan, ideas and videos, policies. Guys, great ones. Great answers on here, okay? On mine, let me show you what I had on mine. Business brain dumps, okay? This is where I'm just talking to chat about every single thing I can think of. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Mm-hmm.
I talk to my chat like it's like, I don't even know. I don't talk to anyone as much as I talk to my chat. I tell it everything, okay? I just put the transcribe button. You guys know how to do the voice one on there? And I just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And it knows everything I think and want, okay? Do that, okay? The next thing is copywriting for captions, emails, text, etc. Brand identity, right? When you talk to chat about what you think of your business. Tina and I did this yesterday. It had all the transcriptions from our meetings together and we asked it for a brand identity for the gift giving and it was so good. I was like, this is amazing. Right? For a second, I got a little insecure, like, dang, why does Tina need me? And then I remembered because I put the transcription in there. Right? So, okay, good. All right. The next thing is shaping my ideal customer avatar. So if I'm talking to chat about what I want, it's going to give me more ideas. Okay. And then, of course, website copy. Chat is great for website copy. Now, couple tips. If you remember nothing I say today except this, please just hear me when I say this. It's coming from a good place. 1, talk to it more than you ask it things. Where people go wrong with chat is that they ask it a lot of things and they get a lot of answers back that don't resonate, okay? And then you lose authenticity because your voice and what you're communicating and what you're saying and what you're doing isn't actually a reflection back to you. It's pulling on the computer data that isn't actually you, right? It doesn't feel like you. So the goal is to always talk to whatever AI tool you're using and give it a lot more information about what you specifically want out of it so that when it's reflecting that mirror back, it's giving things that are actually feeling like you, okay? So before you go ask it questions, I have like a 10 to 1 rule. I'm gonna give it 10 different details and points before I ask it one thing back, okay? I'm gonna give it as much context as I can, all right? Next thing is I use transcripts to shape my business brain. My voice memos. We all have Apple iPhones, right? Everyone here has an iPhone. In your iPhone, you have a voice memo tab, okay? A voice memo app. If you record your thoughts and ideas, you can just talk to it all the time, your voice memo, and then you can take the transcription from that voice memo and drop it straight into ChatGPT. So if Bridget calls you and she's talking your ear off and you're talking and she's talking and you don't have time, oh, boom, I'm gonna either record the call or I'm gonna start a voice memo, right? Maybe Bridget and I are at lunch together and boom, now I'm gonna start a voice memo because we're talking about something that's relevant to the business and then I'm gonna take that transcription later and drop it in, okay? Maybe Anna's doing a little recon and she's with a chiropractor and she's voice memoing and putting the transcription in there. Okay, does all that make sense? Everybody on the same page with me? Cool. And then the last one is using the projects feature. If you're not using the projects feature in ChatGPT, get with me after this and we'll talk about it. Okay? Any questions about ChatGPT or ChatGPT tips? We're in the home stretch. Two more slides left. All right. Building partnerships. Anna came in with it and I promised you I was going to deliver. Okay, so when we talk about why partnering, strategic partnerships, of course, give you more reach. They help to share costs. Kate, you know about this with locations, right? And it builds credibility, okay? I could do a whole masterclass just on partnerships. So all I want to do is initiate a couple thoughts in your brain on this one. I don't want to dive deep because this is its whole own class, okay? In fact, all these subjects are, but I'm trying to give you guys like the skinny on all of them. Types of partners, complementary businesses, right? Things that work with our business. So Kate, in your case, studios, right? Anna, in your case, chiropractors. Anna, in your case, AA. I don't know if AA is considered a business. It's a different conversation. Tina, in your case, right? The personalization, right? Or specific brick and mortar stores, okay? Local influencers and content creators are good partners. Community organizations. Let me go back to local influencers for a second. Guys, micro influencers are all the rage now. All the rage. Not these people that have a couple 100,000 and think they're so cool and unreachable, but people that are like 10 to 20,000 in your city, right? Where you currently are. Those are the types of people that you want to partner with, right? Kate, I think Courtney's kind of big on TikTok. She'd be a great one, right? Local influencers, local content creators. Community organizations, right? Who can we partner with within the community? Kate, I'm sure that there's a Tulum, maybe a chamber of, I don't know. In Mexico, maybe it's different, right? But is there some type of like tourism or something that we can partner with in that regard? Okay. Event sponsors, if I'm throwing a physical event. And then media outlets, that's its own conversation in itself. Media outlets, that starts getting into PR marketing, which is a whole other rabbit hole. We're gonna avoid that today, but I'm just sparking ideas in your brain. Just write it down. If anything's coming to you as I'm saying it, just jot it down. It's meant to do that, and then we can move on. okay? How to manage them, making sure always that you're setting clear expectations up front. If I'm spending any money, if I'm paying anyone to do anything, I have clear partnership ROIs that I'm tracking. If I'm spending $1,000 for someone to do something or $100 for someone to do something, I'm figuring out if I'm getting a return on my investment. Okay? Next one, communicating consistently with them and then celebrating the wins together. Okay, that's really important with partnerships. People love to know that they helped you win. Okay. Oh, Tina, I saw you're so good in the chat. It makes me happy. All right, the last slide, guys, and this is meant to open a whole other can of worms so that we can continue in our one-on-ones, so we can continue deeper with more marketing trainings later. But when we're making a marketing strategy and plan, first step is to figure out what the marketing strategy and plan is. What's the place that you guys told me is an easy place to find a marketing strategy or plan? I saw Anna mouth it. She said, what would you say, Anna?
ChatGPT.
That's right, honey, right? Great place to start with a marketing strategy and plan, okay? When I do that, I'm going to find 4 channels to focus on. I'm going to use my research and my analysis, meaning I'm looking at competitors, right, on 4 different specific channels. I'm going to focus on 2 socials, right, which are going to be whatever 2 socials I enjoy the most. And then I'm going to focus on ads as another one, and I'm going to focus on email or texting, okay? So 2 socials, because that's manageable. That could include LinkedIn, that could include Instagram, that could include TikTok, that could include YouTube, right? And then I'm going to try to do 2 other ones, which are going to be email and ads, okay? The reason I do that, I'm going to tell you in a second. I'm going to tell you why I do it like that. Give me 1 second. And then the third thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create specific actions to execute on that plan. What do I need to do to incorporate that? Who do I need to hire? What are my timelines? And then I can really build a plan. Okay, again, this is a whole masterclass in itself, but we've covered quite a bit in an hour, ladies. The last point that I have here is when you're creating your marketing plan, remember to differentiate between brand awareness and lead generation, right? Socials are great for brand awareness, but ads and email are great for lead generation, right? And differentiating between the 2. Remember, lead generation versus brand awareness, those are 2 different things. And a lot of times as solopreneurs, we are stressing ourselves out with brand awareness when we really need to be stressing ourselves out with lead generation. All right, I love it. Any questions, ladies?
No.
No? Okay. Usually I would do a quiz and a review and key takeaways, but we're over time. What did you guys think? Decent?
That was a wealth of information. Loved it.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So if you guys don't have any questions, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. We made it just in over an hour. We were about an hour and 5 minutes in, I think. So really nice job, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. And I will get with you guys individually for your one-on-ones. And I'll see you soon.
Bye. Night.
Meet you all.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay guys, we just finished one meeting. We are a little over time, so we're gonna go on to the next one. Hi guys, welcome in. If you're just getting here, I had a really long, it wasn't that long actually, it was just over an hour. I'm reading these comments. You guys are wild. I had a 1 hour training group coaching call. It went amazing. And yeah, welcome in if you guys are just getting here.
Hey, Bridget.
Hey honey, how are you?
Hey, you did a great job. I loved it. It was really good. Very good.
Thank you. Wait, can we jump on just so I can record it, can we jump on a meeting to talk about it?
Sure.
Do you have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
let me send you the link right now. Is it NIQIC, right? That's the one I sent it to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send it right now.
Are you emailing it or are you texting?
I'm gonna email it and
Okay.
it is sent now. Okay, I'll see you there.
Okay.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys, we're about to get real feedback from someone that was just in my training, so I'm very excited. Let's see what she has to say. Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. Abdul, welcome in. TWC, welcome back, honey. Big Grape, hello. Mr. Snow Leopard, Nick, Israel, Brandon, KD, Kyle. I appreciate you guys so much. Swaggy Joe, Tommy, Sedono, B, Rahit, hello. You guys are amazing.